This morning across the country, families are being hit with higher home and auto insurance bills, many wondering what changed and where's the money. So joining us this morning, Robert Gordon from the American Property Casualty Insurance Association. Robert, thanks for joining us for this important conversation this morning on Live Impact News.
My pleasure.
Tell us then, in simple terms, why are insurance costs going up for so many Americans?
Well, the most important factor is inflation. Inflation hit a 40-year record high a couple of years ago. The inflation costs for building materials and labor to rebuild structures, that's increased about 50 to 60% more than the underlying consumer price index. And then in North Carolina, you have not only have the home values increased about 75% over the last 5 years, but the number of billion-dollar plus weather events has just skyrocketed, about 3 to 5 times as high as the longer-term average. So it's a combination of weather and inflation and then legal system abuse. The average family is now paying about $5,000 in legal costs that mostly go to lawyers.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I was going to say, with the weather, how does that compare then to just everyday claims and repairs?
Yeah, it's interesting because it used to be that just the sort of the normal wear and tear on the house and smaller losses were more significant. Now we're seeing, especially in North Carolina, just a dramatic increase in the windstorms, both hurricanes and lesser severe convective storms. And between, again, the building inflation, the more expensive homes, and a lot more wind coming into North Carolina, that's dramatically increased the losses. Last year, we have available 2024 for home insurance underwriting in North Carolina. Home insurers had a 5.4% loss, meaning they're paying out more in claims and expenses than they were taking in.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So how does this show up in our bills then?
Well, it unfortunately means that the rates have to increase to catch up to the losses. And unfortunately, North Carolina is one of the handful of states that probably has the biggest gap between what insurers need for their cost of capital just to stay solvent and be able to insure the increasing needs and what they're actually getting. So North Carolina consumers have been getting a great bargain. I know it seems like the rate's going up and we're very sensitive to those challenges, but the state's just been getting hammered by all of these storms, and that's really increasing losses.
Yeah, I mean, and we've seen insurers either pull back or even exit some markets. What is that? What's driving that? Is it because all, the things you've said?
Well, that and the regulatory restrictions on rate increases. So we recognize the challenges a lot of homeowners face, but with there's so many people moving to North Carolina. It's a beautiful state, and with those home values increasing and the weather losses increasing and inflation, that means a lot more demand for insurance. But if insurers are not allowed to increase their rates accordingly, then you just simply don't have enough capital for that demand, and that's why you've seen some insurers having to pull back from the marketplace and some friction there.
Oh, boy. I mean, so for families who are already feeling the squeeze here, what can we do?
Well, there are a couple of things you can do. I think one of the most important things is just work with your agent, shop around, see what kind of rates you can get, make sure you're not overinsured or underinsured. Talk to your agent about the deductible. If you get a higher deductible, that'll make the insurance coverage more affordable. And then really important in North Carolina is talking to your agent and your insurance company about mitigation. So we saw recently when Hurricane Sally hit a few years ago, homes that were built to the current building code best practices standards that the Institute for Business and Home Safety has put out, they had about 70% lower losses and many lives saved. So it's really important in North Carolina with all that wind exposure. Make sure you have the best practices for fortifying your home with the right wind-resistant shutters and windows and so forth. And that can help significantly reduce your rates and improve your long-term value of your house and save lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only an investment, but certainly a layer of protection there. And then for small businesses, possibly, Robert, who might be seeing some increases, how does the picture look different there?
Well, the small businesses, unfortunately, not only have all the challenges on the weather side and inflation side, but also even more so on the legal system abuse. A lot of those small businesses are getting hammered by the increasing legal system abuse costs. Things like commercial auto, just the cost of delivering goods to stores for consumers is spiked significantly, gone way up. Social services are having a harder time getting coverage for legal system abuse. So we're seeing what we call nuclear verdicts, higher and higher verdicts being awarded, and then something really insidious called third-party litigation financing. You have these foreign sovereign wealth funds actually investing in litigation in the United States and creating significantly higher legal costs. And that's one of the biggest long-term challenges for a lot of those small businesses.
Oh, my goodness. Are we just in for doom and gloom here for the next couple of years then?
Well, I think there's going to be some challenges. I mean, the good news is that we've seen a lot of the property and auto insurance rates stabilize a little bit, so the rates aren't going up as fast as they used to. But I think those legal system abuse costs are not only higher than the property losses, but they're continuing to escalate at a faster rate.
All right, Robert, anything else we need to know this morning?
Just hopefully, as the storm seasons approach and wildfire seasons approach, now's the time to start thinking about how do I garage my car before one of those windstorms? How do I take a video inventory of my house so that if something happens to it, I have a list of the possessions I have. How do I storm-proof my house a little better? Now's a really good time to start thinking about how to make your house and cars more safe.
All right, good reminder. And thanks for the flowers. North Carolina is a beautiful state. We do get it, why people are moving here. Robert Gordon from the American Property Casualty Insurance Association, thanks for your time this morning.